25th anniversary of the film's first release.
And I also hear two of the highest-grossing films of all time.
Was it? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Al Pacino, James Caan, Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton, Talia Shire, Robert De Niro going to be on hand. Robert Conrad. I don't know. I guess he wasn't in that film.
I don't think he was.
He was supposed to be, I think, but that's a story I'll have to ask him on his show when he hosts the lounge for you here during the week. Anyway, this is going to be on hand. It's going to be April 29th. It's going to be a big reunion, and it'll close out the 2017 Tribeca Film Festival. Robert De Niro is always there. That's in New York. That's his home. The festival, listen to this. Also, they're going to celebrate Reservoir Dogs' 25th anniversary with a chat between Quentin Tarantino and some of the cast members. Also, Bowling for Columbine's 15th anniversary with that guy Michael Moore is going to be there having a discussion. And this will honor the 25th anniversary also of Aladdin's release. The festival is going to host a sing-along screening, complete with Brad Kane, the voice of the street rat turned prince, singing his favorite tricks from the 1992 animated Disney classic. This sounds like if you've never been to the Tribeca Film Festival, this is the year to go.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Should be a good one. I like film festival. They have the Sundance. I've been to the Sundance Film Festival.
It's Robert Redford's thing, yeah.
Yeah. Steve, the movie guy, had us up there one year, and we broadcast live, and they have screenings around town. There's the Telluride Film Festival. They have the Napa Valley Film Festival. The Cannes Film Festival.
The Van Nuys Film Festival, too.
Tell me about that one. I have not heard about the Van Nuys.
It's held at the local Dollar Theater, yeah. It's not bad.
Is that every weekend?
Yeah, and you buy one ticket and you get to go to all the theaters. When you leave the first theater.
Oh, really?
You just go into the next theater.
There's no police?
Not very much so, no.
So for $1, you could see a few films.
You could see quite a few films. It's a film festival.
Do they have, this is the Dollar Theater, do they have refreshments they serve?
They do have refreshments, yeah. Dollar everything. Dollar hot dogs.
That's good.
I don't know how safe those are at $1, but.
I'm going to try that popcorn that Emma Swain at St. Supri told us about, where you make the popcorn and then you put special seasoned salt.
Oh, yeah.
Like the truffle salt on there. That would be good. And she said there's like a red kind of popcorn. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm only mildly familiar with the red popcorn. I'm more of a movie theater butter guy myself.
So you eat so well. You're like, normally, Eric Hines, you're the guy that eats really, vegetarian-wise and everything. But when you get to the movie theater, you go with the butter?
I go with the heavy butter and lots of salt.
And
a big fat soda.
And do you have to leave in the theater in the middle of it?
At some point about halfway through, yeah.
You can't get too big of a soda, because if you do, you're like ready to bust apart. You got to run when the movie's getting really to the good part.
Yeah, and you're trying to hold it as long as you can, too.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
And do you take enough napkins so you can touch somebody with a greasy hand?
Oh, you know the trick with the napkins. Yeah, absolutely. Got to get a good dozen napkins at least.
They must lose lots of money on napkins, because I thought I was the only one that did that, but I've watched other people do the same. You count them, don't you? Just make sure you got about 6 or 7 of those things.
Yeah.
All right, it's the lounge. We're here. Michael Horn, Eric Hines on CRN.
The baby is just so beautiful.
Mom, this baby is a toddler now. Sammy's into absolutely everything. We've been working on childproofing. That's why we called Budget Blinds to come put in motorized blinds and shades.
Those beautiful new window treatments are motorized?
Yeah, you just use this remote. See?
Oh, that is so great. But what does it have to do with baby proofing?
No cords. Nothing for Sammy to grab hold of.
Wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's more of a necessity than a luxury when you have kids.
My grandson is beautiful. My daughter is brilliant. And now I need Budget Blinds to come to my house right away.
Budget Blinds helps you childproof your home with the luxury of cordless motorized window coverings. And during the Luxury Within Reach event, the more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
Are back. Welcome back here to the lounge. I'm Michael Horn with Eric Hines. Glad to have everybody with us here today. Robert Blake is going to get married.
Oh boy.
We need to get him on the show. Now, he was on the show shortly, when was that? That was back before 9/11, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago.
He was in all that stuff. He was up for murdering his wife and everything, and then 9/11 hit, and so nobody talked about him anymore. And then shortly after he was out, he came back and said he wanted to give it a go on another show. Now he's saying he wants to have another marriage. His third marriage that he would have 12 years after a jury acquitted him of murdering his second wife. We've learned that he is now, he was started in Beretta, that he's was at the Beverly Hills Courthouse Thursday and filled out a marriage license application. Robert Blake, 83 years young. He was there with the woman he will marry, Pamela Hudak,
Oh,
55 years of age. 55, 83, that could work, huh?
I think so, maybe.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Robert Blake.
He's tough.
He's a tough guy. He's a tough.
You work with the tough personalities. You work with Robert Conrad.
Yeah.
Maybe we should bring Robert Blake back and have you do another edition of The Lounge with Robert Blake.
If you say so. I'll tell you. Well, I know Bob Conrad, I believe, just turned 82. And so
that's an old timer here. Robert Blake is 83.
Yeah, well, I figure, maybe 55 would work out, maybe.
Yeah, 50, 60, 65, 75. Wait, that's about 30 years. I don't know.
30 years difference.
I don't know about that.
Well, it says they've known each other for decades, so she must have been like 13.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Yeah, they dated back in the day, and Robert Blake's second wife, Bonnie Lee Bakley, had just finished dining. Remember, as the story goes, at Vitello's restaurant in the San Fernando Valley back in 2001 when she was shot to death in his car. He claimed he had left with Bonnie, but as they walked down the street, he realized he forgot his gun in the restaurant, that it fell out of his pocket in the booth they were sitting. He says when he got to the car, Bonnie was already dead. And prosecutors claim that Robert Blake hired a hitman for $10,000. Detective found $10,000 in his dresser drawer. Hudak actually testified on Robert Blake's behalf, saying he routinely kept large sums of cash at home. She said in the trial that they had dated for 2 months in 1991. She later lived in the Robert Blake's guest house in 95 and 97. No date has been set for the wedding yet.
Quite a tour.
I don't know. That's a stretch.
That sure is.
I don't know. This is. I would rather see Robert Blake back on a show. He needs to come back on some kind of cop show. An 83-year-old guy that's been thrown out of the force. People think he can't do the job, and Blake comes back and does it. Do some stunts and that kind of thing. Would be a good show.
Like a crooked cop.
Oh no, that's already with J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. She's dating. Is she dating A-Rod or somebody like that now?
I believe she is. Yeah.
Oh. Well, that A-Rod gets around a little bit.
I guess she was with Ben Affleck for a little bit there, and that didn't work out. And
I don't know about Alex Rodriguez. He's not playing anymore, but apparently he's
got J-Lo
pumped up, as you know. still can bring it, as they say. Ivanka Trump, her line of clothing and the thing is experiencing a bump in sales in January and February. I like Ivanka Trump. She seems classy, and she has shown that any publicity is good publicity when it comes to selling fashion. And there was a boycott and a decision by those stupid guys at Nordstrom's to no longer carry the brand, and I think that's backlash on them. I bet you Nordstrom stock is down. Macy's cut out the Donald Trump shirt, and whether you like Trump or not, his shirts, I have one of his shirts. They're nice. They have a good neck size.
Oh, yeah.
They're a quality shirt. You have a Trump tie,
I have two Trump ties, actually.
And you like them, right?
I love them. They're two of my favorite ties, yeah.
Made in China?
They are both made in China. This is true.
I don't know if that's true or not, but they could be. Anyway, despite the boycott at Nordstrom and they stopped carrying the brand, Ivanka Trump's fashion line, apparently the online sales on individual items just soared last month, and it was a major e-commerce site. It's a private company, and the Ivanka Trump brand does not disclose sales figures, but the brand's president, a woman by the name of Abigail Clem, not to be confused with Clem Kadiddlehopper, the old character that Red Skelton used to do. This is Abigail Clem. She says the line is performing better than ever. Quoting, she says, since the beginning of February, they were some of the best performing weeks in the history of the brand. For several different retailers, Ivanka Trump was a top performer online. And I think people were searching it out. I know some of the ladies here at the office get Ivanka Trump shoes or something. I've heard people say they're very good.
Well, I went to the Ivanka Trump website for her spring collection. Yeah, she's got some good looking stuff. I'm not a huge fashion buff, but it looks like some quality, attractive clothing.
Your wife, the lovely Kotar, very attractive, very hip, very in style. Does she have any Ivanka Trump shoes or anything?
I don't think she does. No, I don't think
You
she
might
does.
want to get her some of those, and it might be a nice gift.
Yeah, it might be a nice
know,
gift.
So anyway, that's,
Jewelry and handbags and stuff. Yeah, it looks.
I'm sure your
yeah.
wife will. You're looking at it right now.
That looks very fashionable. Yeah.
Sales bounces appear to be bipartisan. She noted the president of the company, of the Ivanka Trump company there, Ms. Clem, said she noted that during the presidential campaign, women's pantsuits experienced a 460% spike in searches, possibly because they were associated with the Democratic candidate. Hillary Clinton was always in those pantsuits, and she often wore them and made reference to them. So this is something. The Ivanka Trump brand, they say, was featured in the news in February, and that's for multiple reasons. It would not be surprising that resulted in the increased sales. That's what Sarah Tanner, a U.S. spokesperson for Lyst, said in a statement. So we'll see. Ivanka Trump's strong sales performance came in the midst of the campaign, and Ivanka Trump's brand revenue increased 21% in 2016 over the previous year. And according to Lyst, the top-selling Ivanka Trump products are women's heels and dresses. I told you the shoes.
There you go. You called it.
They call those pumps, don't they?
I believe so.
Pumps and dresses. And other items that were sold out a lot in February were coats, knitwear, flats, that's also a shoe, and they were selling higher than normal. So the sales continue to be brisker than usual this month. The website says the average number of daily transactions remains the same for the rest of March. Sales will be about 8% higher than January. So they're doing quite well.
8% is a good bump there. Yeah, certainly.
We got to start selling stuff at crntalk.com.
The Conrad pumps.
Yeah, we could sell, used wine glasses from Robert Conrad.
As long as Fred Dry doesn't try to leave with them.
Can you sell someone's DNA like that? We could get a used wine. That would go for big bucks,
Oh,
wouldn't
my
it?
gosh. Yeah, I can imagine there'd be quite a few people trying to buy that, too, disturbingly. I believe that would be true.
I told you that my ex-wife is a big fan of the Beatles, and for her birthday one year, I said, and I told Jennifer, my daughter, I said, we should take your mom to Napa Rose, and I called to set up the a reservation at Napa Rose, and Michael Jordan, who was wearing this, said, I'm glad you're going to be there because I need you to run interference tonight. We have a celebrity in the restaurant, and I need you to keep everybody away from him. I said, who's the celebrity? He said, Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow.
So my daughter and the ex-wife and myself went to dinner right next to Paul McCartney with that woman that, his last wife, not this current-
previous wife.
Yeah. And he was enjoying wine and stuff, and then he left, and after he left, the ex-wife grabbed the wine glass, drank the wine down, and put the glass in her purse, and then grabbed the fork, licked the fork, and put that in her purse, and had that in her home. The DNA of Paul McCartney. I told the people at Napa Rose, I said, we're going to have to owe you some glasses. She had the DNA and everything there until Elva, the cleaning lady, washed it for her. Thanks, Elva. It's my new show that I'm going to create called Thanks, Elva. A worthless glass now. Hey, Fred Dry and I are really enjoying Blue Apron. Blue Apron, the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. They deliver the food. They give you the recipes. Everything is fresh. It's sourced fresh. It's all great, wonderful cooking. You go out and spend $30 or more going to dinner, $10 a person, and you dine with your family. Go and make the meals together. It's affordable, as I said, about $10 a person per meal. It's got variety. You can customize recipe. It's easy. It's guaranteed. And here's the special deal. You can get your first 3 meals free with free shipping if you go to their website. That's blueapron.com/dryer, DRYER. Again, your first 3 meals free. You get free shipping. Just go to blueapron.com/dryer, DRYER. You'll love how good it is. It feels good. It tastes good. It's blueapron.com/dryer, DRYER. Blueapron.com/dryer. Check it out today.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you will never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins. Plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, Zeblis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022. We be back. Is that proper? We be back. It's the Lounge, Entertainment Lounge. Michael Horn, Eric Hines. Some good news coming in our lounge studio. I'm glad to hear about this. Let's hear a little music first. This is called the Ben Affleck theme. Ben has danced his way back into Jennifer Garner's heart. And it's tough when a woman's had enough. And she calls it quits. Usually the guy says, I'll do anything, honey, and then it's too late.
Yeah.
But apparently, Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck have reportedly called off their divorce. They're no longer getting a divorce. They announced their separation way back in June of 2015. That's a long separation. And they're now going to get back together and giving their marriage another shot. This is a good, happy story. I think they're a good couple. They got kids together. She seems like the prize punch bowl right there. She's has her dad on the commercial and stuff and everything. And Ben should be more respectful of Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always glad to see when two people are willing to work out their problems.
Apparently, Jen called off the divorce. She really wants to work things out with Ben, and they're giving things another try. So she must have maybe been the one that said, hey, let's do this. And now they're going to give it a shot.
In 2015 is when I guess they officially announced it.
June.
So, yeah, it's quite a while ago.
Ben better not diss her and do anything wrong. If he does, he is done.
That's it.
He will be fried. Another source, and here's these sources again from the fake news desk that we have here at CRN. Another source, unnamed source, adds that this was a joint decision from Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, and said there's always a chance of reconciliation. They love each other. They also really love their kids, and those kids love their parents. They got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's worth working it out.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Future movie makers and stuff, give it a shot. It's going to be kind of good. If not, Jennifer Garner was on the market, and we really blew that one.
Maybe she was a hard time finding someone to replace old Ben there.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
She seems like she's nice and everything. He seems like he could be nice, but he
Yeah.
might have a little bit of an ego. I've never met either of them, but they seem like they'd be nice.
Well, they're both very successful. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Does Ben Affleck, does he get on the Jimmy Kimmel show, or is he persona non grata along with Matt Damon?
I wonder. I don't know that.
I think he gets on. In fact, the last time he was on, I think Matt Damon was stuffed into his clothing when he was sitting there, and Jimmy Kimmel asked why he was so heavy, and Matt Damon was inside the
Is he
costume.
hiding?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Affleck sneaks Matt Damon into the Jimmy Kimmel Live show. Yeah,
that was it.
That's it.
That's pretty good. Now, here's a weird story. We had a nice good one there. This is one concerning O.J. Simpson. He could be released from prison, as early as October, and the buzz, at least in the reality TV world, is that some producers are getting ready to scramble to sign him. So O.J. Simpson actually co-wrote a book, and then in 2006 he shot a TV special. And remember that one, If I Did It? This guy.
Oh yeah, he's really
If I
pushing his
Did It.
luck. Yeah.
OJ's co-author has said that OJ confessed to the double murder in the book, and we know he read the passage for the TV special. There was a public outcry. Fox killed the show, and the sources said it will never air. The producers and the agents with whom everybody has spoken to said there's certain someone will try to recreate the TV special that was never broadcast for several reasons. Years have passed. O.J. Simpson has done time for unrelated crimes, and The People versus O.J. Simpson was a big hit here recently last year on FX. That's the problem. Almost to a person, producers and agents said the broadcast and cable networks would never air a show featuring O.J. They say the public wouldn't tolerate it. No one would advertise on it, and they say producers say they would be a home on pay-per-view because not one. As one person put it, people could pay without being judged. So that's the only way they think it would go on, is if it's on pay-per-view. I wouldn't watch it.
No, I'm not a big fan of OJ anymore.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I really think he did it.
Yeah, everything seems to point in that direction. Yeah, and I feel really sorry for the family of the victims. And I don't support OJ, unfortunately.
As for OJ making money off the show, he's still on the hook for $33 million in that wrongful death judgment, and any money he makes could be attached to satisfy the judgment on behalf of the family there. That the Ron Brown there and everybody. And so that's a tough one. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do that reality thing. That's going to be terrible.
Well, all that money would go to the family anyways, right? So,
Yeah.
Maybe he should do the show and get some of that money to the family.
I always thought if somebody was convicted beyond a shadow of a doubt and they were on death row, you should televise the killing of the criminal, and then the proceeds you make from that broadcast you give to the family. It sounds heartless, but at least it would be, some way of trying to at least give something to the family after their loss that they could never fill. I mean, there's no money that would bring back someone that's dead. But what do you think?
Well, I know that definitely the family being there at the time of the execution is a big thing, and I know it gives them some closure. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess my jury's out on that one. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of publicized or
You're not?
No, televised.
Come on. Come over to the dark side with me and just let's do it and raise some money for the victims. If I run for president, that'll be one of my platforms. Get ready.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. Several new options in theaters this weekend, the most anticipated being the PG-13 rated Kong Skull Island. Stars Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Goodman. This King Kong film comes 12 years after Peter Jackson's 2005 release and 84 years after the original black and white version from 1933. So glad to have a new one in the theaters. For my review of Kong Skull Island and more movie stuff, visit mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter at @themungle.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares, first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
We're in the lounge. I'm Michael Horn with Eric Hines. Entertainment news, stories, thoughts, tips. We got it all for you. Garth Brooks has been added to the speaker lineup at this South by Southwest Festival. That takes place through the 19th of this month at Austin, Texas. So he's there now. And he's going to take part in what is being called as a keynote conversation with the Amazon Music Vice President Steve Boom on March 17th. It'll be an hour-long discussion. It's going to focus on digital music and how fans engage with artists in the 21st century. Garth, has been famously opposed to digital streaming services. His music was not available digitally for a long time. Did you notice that on the streaming services?
I heard this story, quite some time ago that he wasn't doing the streaming.
Last year, he partnered with Amazon to allow fans to stream his catalog online. I guess you can buy that on Amazon, because I know when I had my Amazon service, Alexa there was telling me, this is the bargain of the day.
It was a Garth Brooks thing?
I can get there anywhere. And then all of a sudden I'm realizing now that was just only on Amazon. I should have got it. All of his hits. So Garth Brooks has also recently marked a tour milestone, selling his 5 millionth ticket on his ongoing world tour. So he's a Country Music Hall of Fame member. He's awarded the fan who purchased that ticket and his wife 2 new cars.
Wow.
A $10,000 shopping spree, a trip to Las Vegas, and assorted Garth Brooks swag. What do you suppose that is, Garth Brooks swag?
I'm guessing T-shirts and maybe hats or something. Or
maybe his hat.
Yeah, that'd be really
That's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
T-shirts that he wore, you think?
No.
So you can smell just like Garth Brooks? Because he dances all over that stage. You ever seen him in concert?
He's a very dynamic
He's
performer.
all over the place. So after almost 3 years on the roads, Garth Brooks says he'll wrap up the North American leg of his tour this year and then begin prepping shows overseas. Wow.
He's got a big overseas fandom as well.
Yeah, yeah. He's huge.
Oh, yeah.
The Garth man is good. I'm surprised he's not at spring training somewhere. He usually goes and plays ball at spring training. He's probably getting too old. I don't know if he can bring it like,
like old A-Rod there.
A-Rod can bring it. Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo. That's A-Rod and J-Lo. I think she's finally found her soulmate. I like her on that show that she's on TV there, where she's a bad cop.
Oh, yeah, the cop show she's on, yeah.
That's pretty good. Anyway, there's a vintage Liverpool police recruitment film that has been found that dates back from 1958, and that may very likely have the very first glimpse of the Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and his brother Michael, The McCartney brother told apparently the Liverpool Echo this week. If it is indeed the Beatles in the footage that they found, it'll be the earliest known film appearance of any of the group members.
Wow.
That's a big deal. So it was a police recruitment film. That's something.
Like a PSA video or something.
Yeah, Michael McCartney said he believed it was himself, Paul McCartney, and very likely John Lennon. He said, wow, that could definitely be us, he told the paper. It was really a big occasion in Liverpool, and that's what we used to do every summer. Take deck chairs, climb onto the concrete shed, and watch a free show. And I think there's every chance John would have been there that year, absolutely. His friend, a guy by the name of Pete Shotton, was a police cadet, and George could easily have been there too. And he says, this is really bloody mad. He said, absolutely fascinating and unbelievable. So there's a book, a Barry Miles, Paul McCartney book called Many Years From Now, and it had references to the fact that the McCartney brothers would watch the police training annually. And in fact, the back of the McCartney house looked onto the police academy training grounds. They say we used to sit on the concrete shed in the backyard and watch the police show every year for free. That's what Paul remembered. He said, one year, Jackie Collins came to open it, and we were entranced at the sight of her young figure. And this was an amazing thing for them. The complete film runs 41 minutes, and it's on YouTube. Did you look it up to see what's there?
Let me pull it up.
Look, the earliest Beatles sighting, I think, is how you'd search for it on YouTube. And the glimpse of the Beatles comes at 34 minutes and 33 seconds in the film. The footage shows Paul McCartney along with his brother Michael and John Lennon on a rooftop at their home on 20 Forthland Road. People must know that address. Whoever lives at that house now is probably besieged with people coming by looking at Paul McCartney's house. If not, I think we just gave out a bad address. We could be. People could be upset with us who live in the home. So Tupac is in the news.
Tupac, okay.
Yeah, his hologram hit Coachella in 2012. Michael Jackson moonwalked at the 2014 Billboard Music Awards. And so it's another hologram revolution. That's what Peter Martin, CEO of the Los Angeles Valis Studios, beamed the cartoon Gorillaz onto the 2006 Grammy stage for a live jam with Madonna and created a 2015 bi-coastal duet between MIA and Janelle Monáe for the high-end product launch. Did you see it? Were you watching the Grammys?
No, I did not, unfortunately. Yeah. I caught the recap, though, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's a big deal. Reba McEntire is in the news for you country fans. We're kind of bouncing back pop to country, and her song Fancy has inspired a new musical. Now, I have a problem with this because that's not her song. That was originally done by Bobby Gentry. That was the original hit, and I don't believe either I don't think Bobby Gentry wrote it, but Reba McEntire covered it. It was a cover. She did her version of Fancy, and so that was back in 1999. And so Reba McEntire back in that year took on the lead role in the Broadway revival of Annie Get Your Gun. She had rave reviews, and she was live on stage. And so she hasn't returned to Broadway since, but now apparently her signature song, Fancy, is inspiring a new musical. Is that really her signature song?
It's kind of sad when it's someone else's song.
Yeah, she has so many great
She has great
songs.
hits. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Look up and see who wrote the song Fancy. Yeah, it's not, I don't believe it was Reba McEntire at all. And Fancy tells the story, if you're unfamiliar with the song, of a young girl who provides her for her family by being, as the lyrics say, nice to the gentleman.
Definitely by Bobby Gentry.
She wrote it? Bobby Gentry wrote it?
Bobby Gentry wrote it, yeah.
Oh, so they shouldn't say it's Reba McEntire's song. It's Bobby Gentry.
1969.
Yes. And Bobby Gentry also probably wrote the Ode to Billy Joe. Am I right? That was her first big hit. It was Ode to Billy Joe, followed by Fancy. That's the one you should be. Check the Bobby Gentry version. Nothing against
Bobby
Reba.
Gentry. Yep.
Nothing against Reba. She's wonderful, but let's give Bobby Gentry her just due.
Straight out of Chickasaw County, Mississippi.
Chickasaw. So the play is still in its developmental lab phase, but it's going to. Stage 2 Productions is doing the off-Broadway website theater on March 16th and 17th. So we'll find out more. In fact, we'll have more for you straight ahead. Stay with us in the lounge.
Want the look of hardwood, but not the worry of water? Get the best selection of Woodlook waterproof floors, up to 34% off at Lumber Liquidators Spring Flooring Sale. Choose from more than 60 varieties of Woodlook tile, vinyl plank, and new Click ceramic plank. And get new Dream Home X2O highly water-resistant laminate at introductory prices. More from 69 cents and special financing. Bring on the spring showers. We've got you covered with incredible deals on waterproof floors and more at the Spring Flooring Sale at Lumber Liquidators.
A CNN original series.
Stop doubting and believe.
An epic saga from the dawn of history.
Behold, the man.
A miraculous journey that changed the world.
I will lay down my life for you. Whoever lives by believing in me will never die.
The greatest story ever told.
I believe you are the Son of God.
Finding Jesus. New season Sundays at 9 Eastern and Pacific on CNN.
I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. If you own a home, there's a good chance its value has gone up. In fact, year over year, housing values nationwide have risen by more than 6%, one of the largest increases this decade. Quicken Loans has smart ways to help you take advantage of your home's rising equity. You could take cash out to consolidate debt, or you could refinance to eliminate private mortgage insurance. No matter what's happening with the housing market, it's always a smart move to call us at 800-QUICKEN. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.18%, APR 4.35%. Experience the confidence that comes from working with a mortgage partner that has your best interest in mind. For 7 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the 3rd year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN today or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Okay, so Reba McEntire, welcome back here to the lounge. I'm Michael Horn with Eric Hines. Reba McEntire's got the song Fancy. It's a remake of Bobby Gentry's original hit that Bobby Gentry wrote. And so Fancy, the story of a young girl who provides for her family by telling, as the lyrics say, to be nice to the gentleman. The play is in the developmental stage. The storyline expands on the song's narrative with the main character, a poor teenage girl in Louisiana striving to escape her lot in life to become a famous country music singer. And the song Fancy was originally, here you go, it's in our story, written by Bobby Gentry in 1969. She should get the credit for it.
I think so.
Along with Reba McEntire.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So, along with that centerpiece title song, the musical is being put together, includes choice cuts from other country hits, including Loretta Lynn's Don't Come Home A-Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind. That's a great tune. You ever heard that one?
I have not heard that one.
Loretta Lynn can really bring it. You got to listen to that song. She tells her man, don't come home a-drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind.
I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I was a country DJ. I was Country Mike, and once you play that one, you'll love it. Also, Johnny Cash's I Walk the Line is going to be in this thing, and Gretchen Wilson's Redneck Woman, that's getting a little more contemporary, and Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats. We're running a theme here.
I'm noticing this here, yeah. Don't come home a-drinkin', and Before He Cheats.
Yeah, and Redneck Woman,
and
Woman. I Walk the Line. Johnny Cash. Now, Yes, the band Yes is playing with the band at the Rock Hall induction. This is good. Yes is inducted this year into the Rock Hall of Fame coming up April 7th in Brooklyn. I know these guys. They played with our buddy Bill Shatner, and I'm happy to see this. Yes should be in there.
Yeah,
Owner of a
really
Lonely
cool.
Heart. Remember that?
Oh,
big
absolutely.
Hit?
Yeah, it's a
Big
great one. Yeah. So they're finally being inducted, and
Yes.
they're getting together for a reunion.
Yeah, a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame union. So the founding frontman John Anderson, Jon, John Anderson, not to be confused with the country guy John Anderson, who was dismissed from his second stint with the group Yes in 2008, says he'll be there along with other current members, Steve Howe, Alan White, Also, the alumni Rick Wakeman, Tony K, Bill Bruford, and they'll accept the band's trophies and also perform. They say we're definitely connected, according to what Anderson says. It says, quoting now, it's a family. There's always animosity, people that you love you don't always like, and there's always going to be that. But when you're celebrating who you really are, you forget about all that, and you get on with meeting each other and seeing each other, and it's just one of those things. It's not a problem. We just get together and have fun. Music is a healing force on every level.
Yes.
You play, don't you?
Yeah, I play guitar and I play keyboards.
And so do you do that a lot on your spare time on the weekend? And you got a studio in the garage, right?
Oh, sure. It's actually a full-fledged garage conversion. Yeah, good stuff.
Where do you park the car?
In the driveway.
But that's good. So you could take. Is it pretty soundproof that
we
can go in there and really make some noise?
And yeah, it's really cool. It's
so how thick is your soundproof? It must be pretty thick. Huh?
I had them reinforce it with the 5-sheet plywood on all the walls, and then I put the foam on some of the walls to damper it. But yeah, it's a really good space.
Are there windows in the garage?
I got a nice big bay window. I got the widest window.
How do you soundproof
that? You can't really do much with that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So the neighbors don't complain if they hear you.
Well, if I get really loud, then they can hear.
But you do stuff with headsets on and stuff too,
never
right?
complain. I never get any complaints.
It's good. So anyway, so that's good. So Anderson is pleased that Yes is getting its due after being nominated for the induction twice before. Again, he says it's quite understanding how people are connected to this. Everybody seems to know when I'm out doing my shopping. People who I've never spoken to are saying hi and giving me thumbs up, so it's a good feeling. Billy, I forget Billy's last name, is also plays sometimes with the group Yes, but I don't know if he's being maybe that's Bill Bruford. That's Billy.
That's Bill Bruford,
that's
yeah.
Billy Bruford. There he is, right there.
Hey.
So I'm glad that he's getting in there. That's good. Paul Schaefer is back in the news.
I've heard about this, and I actually heard audio of this stuff. He's doing some new duets with some pretty notable performers there, including Bill Murray of all people.
Yeah. They say, I guess he had original albums, but they say it's been 24 years since Paul Schaefer and the World's Most Dangerous Band started doing their own album. So he's got an album out now, and next week they're releasing a new LP. In addition, as you mentioned, to Paul Schaefer, the album's going to have, vocal spots with Felicia Collins, Jenny Lewis, Will Lee, Dion. Is that Dion of the Belmonts? Come on.
I believe so, yeah.
This is good. Leo Napier, Shaggy, Darius Rucker. That's good. Little country there for you. Valerie Simpson, and as you mentioned, what do you think he does with Bill Murray?
Oh, Bill Murray actually is a very good singer. You'd be surprised.
So when he was doing that lounge thing, he's good, huh?
He's the song that you hear with him and Paul Schaefer, Bill Murray and Paul Schaefer. It definitely is a throwback to those old Saturday Night Live days when he did the lounge singer.
So you've heard the preview of this album?
I have. Yeah.
How did you do that?
It's around. Take a listen around. It's around.
So the promo, Tomas have it? Is it?
I don't think Tomas has it. If you do a quick
Google
Google
comes
search,
in here to CRN, Tomas.
Anything music related, yeah.
He did a show once 85 years ago called Mostly Eclectic, and he keeps every CD that comes.
I hear he's still trying to put that together. He wants to get a show going.
Yeah, he's a music colleges guy. Tomas on our staff. Anyway, Paul Schaefer and the World's Most Dangerous Band. All of us, except for my buddy Eric here, have to wait until March 17th to hear it. So. We got some sports news coming up. Maybe we'll get to A-Rod. That'll be good. That's good. I think he's working, he's helping the Yankees out. I think he's some kind of a front office guy with the Yankees. We'll find out.
He's doing IT support or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. Alex Rodriguez also going to be joining, I think, Fox Sports. We'll have the story for you straight ahead. Stay with us. Final segment coming up is The Lounge. Check us out on the web, crntalk.com/The Lounge. You can hear past shows and all. Just stay with us here. Michael Horn, Eric Hines will be back.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resorts, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Anapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and D.C. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Thanks for joining us in the lounge. Michael Horn, Eric Hines. Hey, this star of the Seattle Seahawks, the defensive end Michael Bennett, announced last week he's going to donate all of his 2017 endorsement money and half the proceeds he receives from jersey sales to inner city programs, and he's lobbying for other professional athletes to do the same. That's a stellar thing. That's good. The Chicago Bears appear to have a new quarterback. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers backup Mike Glennon has a 3-year contract. Does that mean that Jay Cutler's out? I guess. Anyway, this is worth at least $14.5 million a year on the table, according to sources. And in a corresponding move, the Bears are releasing their incumbent starting quarterback, Jay Cutler. Every year when the Bears, this is going to be Cutler's year. I guess it is this year. He's going to be cut. So
cut out of the picture, yeah.
Maybe the Rams can pick him up. They need something. A-Rod, we mentioned that he has announced that he's going to be joining the Fox Sports Network as a baseball analyst throughout the season. Previously, he had served as an analyst solely during the playoffs. He's going to serve as a studio analyst on Fox and will call some select Saturday games from the booth.
Okay.
During the postseason last year, he and his cohorts went viral discussing some of the keys to being a great baseball hitter. It does not involve steroids, by the way, youngsters. Anyway, so that'll be kind of interesting there. Now, here's news for those of you listening to us in Southern California. They say we could, in Southern California, be in for some serious shaking because scientists have uncovered a newly identified fault line that could unleash a magnitude 7.4 earthquake in the region. They say it's already long overdue, and they've had some separate studies on this. The newly identified fault line is capable of a powerful quake that will impact 20 million residents of Los Angeles and San Diego.
Wow.
The fault runs underwater from San Diego Bay to Seal Beach in Orange County and on land through Los Angeles Basin.
Unbelievable. Wow. It's amazing.
Wow. Now, some good news from Gmail. There's some news that they have been touted as a game changer for your inbox. Now, Google is doubling the size of the attachments you can receive through Gmail. They're raising the maximum from 25 megabytes to 50 MB. So that's going up.
That means we could send our affiliates audio programs over Gmail.
That's pretty good.
That's a good thing, yeah.
Who would like a copy of this show?
That's it. We'll email it to you or Gmail it to you. Yeah.
This means we'll be less reliant on Dropbox, right, and Google Drive to send some high-res photos and all that kind of stuff. Netflix is developing technology that would offer the ultimate interactive experience. This is a good one.
Oh, cool.
The chance to choose your own ending to a show. In theory, this would mean you could watch the same episode or movie multiple times with a different outcome each time. Now, how do you suppose that's going to work?
Oh, I think that's really great. That's so cool.
Yeah, if you don't like the way it ended, you can go back and make it a happy ending or a terrible ending.
Have the actors cut an alternate and just hit your A button for this and B button for this. That's really cool.
So this will be good. We can find out what's going to be going
It's
on.
like those
there.
old choose your own adventure books that I used to read back in school. There, remember those? Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly, on the job for the Trump administration, said this week that the number of people illegally crossing the U.S. southern border has dropped 40% since Donald Trump took office, President Trump. That's big news. I like that.
I could imagine that, yeah.
Make you a little thinking about that for you. That's good news. And here's one. It's been a long time, decades since World War II, but a 14-year-old Danish boy uncovered a wartime mystery doing research for his history class. This Daniel Christensen and his father, Klaus, discovered the wreckage, not to be confused with Santa, discovered the wreckage of a German World War II plane and was believed to be a fighter plane with the remains of the pilot still in the cockpit. Wow, quoting now the dad, he said, I hope we might find some old plates or something for Daniel to show in school. Instead, they discovered the remains of this plane and the guy in a field in northern Denmark. That'd be weird.
Wow.
I'd have
Amazing.
bad dreams for the next 5 years. That's our show. If you missed anything, check us out on the website at crntalk.com. Download our cell phone app free for your smartphone. Dial pound 250 on your smartphone and hit send. When the call is answered, they'll ask you for the keyword. You say CRN Talk. Pound 250, hit send, say CRN Talk. You can get our app free to your phone. Thanks for being with us, Eric Hines.
Hey, thank you, Michael Harm.
Thanks to our producer, Courtney Gadara. Have a good weekend.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. Of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But if cutting-edge technology is more your style, you'll be happy to know that CRN is now available on Wi-Fi radio. Simply log on to Reciva.com, that's RECIVA.com, and look for CRN. You can access all of our great shows and listen live anywhere in the world. Be part of your favorite shows and get the full CRN listening experience you would have with any traditional radio, podcast, or a live stream from our website. For more information on where or how to listen, and for a full list of our programming, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. Hoping to keep conservatives from jumping ship, House Republican leaders are defending their phased approach to health care reform.
Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy shooting down a push to repeal first and replace later.
If you just repealed the bill, you would double your premiums and you would collapse the market.
On that conservative demand to speed up the end of Obamacare's Medicaid expansion.
I think right now that'd be very difficult to do.
McCarthy suggesting that could create coverage gaps. Several members of the House Freedom Caucus have threatened to withhold their support without the changes.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting. The Trump administration is hailing today's jobs report that shows employers added 235,000 jobs in February, with the unemployment rate dipping from 4.8 to 4.7%. Economist Diane Swong says the government's jobs report shows upward movement in energy-related jobs.
The oil sector itself, mining showed an increase of 8,000 jobs. That's small relative to the total jobs picture. It's the spillover unemployment that we see in other sectors that's more important when we look at what's going on in mining, and that's the spillover to everything from manufacturing, the steel industry, rail industry, and trucking.
Winter weather affecting the Northeast with high winds and lots of power outages. NYSEC spokeswoman Rachel Buchanan says recovery is slow because of the damage the storm did to transmission lines and substations, the backbone of the system.
Once we build the backbone of the system back up, we have to then get our
critical infrastructure back up, the fire stations, the nursing homes, the hospitals. After that, we can move on to the larger circuits, and then we work on down to the neighborhood level.
On Wall Street, the Dow up by 45 points to 20,903. The Nasdaq rose 23. The S&P advanced 8. And crude oil once again down, this time 79 cents to $48.49 a barrel. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Consult your tax professional before investing. Let me ask you a question. Can you keep your 401k or IRA safe from the death of the dollar, continued rampant Fed spending, political corruption, and from the possible new Cold War with Russia? If you answered no, then listen up. Fortunes are going to be made and lost over the next few months. It's time you took action. Over 50,000 people have requested our Gold IRA investment guide to learn how to protect their retirement savings. Now it's your turn. We are Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America by TrustLink. Right now, we are giving away a free copy of our new Gold IRA protection guide to anyone with an IRA, 401k, or retirement account that is over the age of 55. Just call 1-800-900-8000 right now, and we will help teach you how to keep your retirement